Hello, everybody. It's Merlin, and welcome to the first episode of Merlin's Weekly News. Basically, what I'm going to do is every Monday night around this time, going to be 11 o'clock is what I'm planning. I'm going to kind of go back through the week and basically look at a lot of different news topics that occurred in the entertainment industry. We're going to break it up into some little segments. First, we're going to focus on some movie news. Then we're going to move a little bit into comics, then into some TV briefly, then, so of course, to anime and manga, and then we'll leave off with some video games and maybe some actual like world or national news just to spice things up. Now, you're gonna have to hold your comments till the end. Basically, I'm just kind of go over things and react to it, and you guys can look through this during the week if you want to check it out. But this is going to be something I'm going to be doing fairly regularly. So see if you guys like it, and yeah, it's going to be an experiment. So. All right, let's move on here to the first topic here. Let's talk about some stuff going on with movies nowadays. Now, it looks like here, okay, what's some big stuff going on? Apparently, Fox had the best year in the history of their industry, so they've really broken a lot of records there. We also have apparently Richard Linklater says that the next film that he's going to do is going to be a continuation of Boyhood. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him. He's actually probably most famous for his Before series with Ethan Hawke. So apparently he's going to be continuing that experimental film. Basically, the cool thing about Boyhood came out this year is that it was actually filmed using actors over a period of 12 years. So it was actually not really just mimicking the life of a boy. It was actually following it directly. So it seemed very natural. So it's kind of cool. He's going to, I guess, follow those actors again. Let's see here. We have... I think some pretty big news actually I did hear about before. Let's see what else we got here. All right. Apparently, this is some pretty big news. Scarlett Johansson will star in the Ghost in the Shell movie. So I guess they're finally going to do an adaptation, a live-action adaptation of Ghost in the Shell. Well, it's kind of funny getting this off the ground. There have been a lot of troubles with anime adaptations, but I think that Ghost in the Shell is probably one of the ones that's a little more reasonable in terms of adaptations. I think it's doable. I actually think Scarlett Johansson's a good choice for the Major. I think that she is a very capable actress. I think she's proven that for a long time. And lately with roles like the Avengers movies, the Iron Man franchise, and with Lucy most recently, she's proven she can do some action but still have some high-profile concepts. Plus, with her movie Under the Skin, she did a really good job portraying kind of this almost cold, detached personality. So it would be perfect for the Major. I think that's actually pretty good news. So, hey, at least they got the casting right. I guess we'll wait to see what the rest is. Let's see here. Apparently, Bryan Singer, I believe it was, seems to think that Nolan's style of Batman movies that heavily influenced the comic book movies lately of being dark and gritty with films like The Watchmen, he believes that time has passed and people are kind of leaning more towards more upbeat films, proving that Marvel's most recent style of filmmaking has been working mostly upon the success of Guardians of the Galaxy. So, yeah, I'd say that that's actually a pretty accurate statement. I think people have kind of gotten a bit tired of that, which is one reason why I think that the DC way of doing things with their films being extremely dark is probably not going to go over so well. Let's see here. Aaron Paul playing Han Solo in a Star Wars film? Maybe. Apparently, people are predicting that Taken 3, which will be coming out soon, will be doing badly. I actually didn't see Taken 2. I'm probably going to try and watch it. In the meantime, we'll probably be reviewing that film on Film Fanatics Podcast. By the way, check them out. I'll probably leave the link in the description below. So, yeah, we discuss all kinds of films, do weekly movie reviews on pretty much everything, all these new releases, as many as we can see, as well as some older movies. Let's see here. Now this was actually the biggest piece of news in movies that made me really excited. Apparently, the script for the Masters of the Universe movie, basically the He-Man movie, has been completed. So, yes, we're going to finally get a He-Man movie again that hopefully isn't crap. I'm really looking forward to that because, as some of you might know, I'm a big He-Man fan. I love that cartoon. It's ridiculous. But, yeah, there is actually going to be a movie coming out. So, looking forward to that. And also, apparently, they are actually casting extras for the next Spider-Man movie. I'm still not entirely sure whether that's going to be the Sinister Six movie or it's going to be for Amazing Spider-Man 3 first, but apparently they are starting to film. So it's happening, and apparently it's not going to be 2018 because they're already starting the filming process now, or at least the pre-production is moving into casting for extras. So obviously that means they're moving past that point. All right, let's see if there's any more movie news that's significant to me. And if it is, we'll continue. I'm just going to see if I can find anything else that's worthwhile. So bear with me a second. Basically, I'm going to kind of coast the net here and check to see what we can. Listen to me. I sound like I'm freaking in 1996, right? I'm surfing the net. Anybody see that movie with Sandra Bullock? The Net. You know, she gets caught in the net. They steal her identity, and it's like, oh, God. It's terrible because, you know, evil people, and Sandra Bullock's great, so we all fear for her. But yeah, I like her. I really do. I think it's funny she's finally starting to get more buzz lately because of films like Gravity and a little while ago The Blind Side, but I've always liked her. Let's see here. What other news we have here? We've got Star Wars Rebels. Young Cersei casted for Game of Thrones. It's a little more TV stuff. Let's see here. Anything else worthwhile? Big game trailer. Oh, yeah, Star Wars 7 is casting one of the members of Raid 2 in the cast for the film, so that's kind of awesome. Let's see here. Yes, yes, actually, it was not Bryan Singer that said that about the Nolan films. It was Matthew Vaughn, Matthew Vaughn, excuse me, who's actually coming out with a kind of a fun, almost 007 British spy movie. Colin Firth's in it. It looks pretty fun, actually. I'm looking forward to it. It's coming out pretty soon, so I wonder if you guys, and if you're interested in The Kingsman coming out, they delayed that a bit for its release, but it looks pretty good. Let's see. Oh, there's Netflix releases. Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be playing Doctor Strange, as we know, in the next, looks like the Doctor Strange film. So hopefully that's going to be doing something. What did they say specifically about that, I wonder? Because apparently he said something in an interview that's getting people curious about things. Let's see. When the release date for Doctor Strange moved from 2016, we knew that Marvel Studios found the actor to bring him to life for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. From Sherlock and The Imitation Game. He's getting so much bigger now. Let's see here. For Phase 3. Oh, okay. Looks like there might be some recasting going on there. Okay, and apparently for the film Doctor Strange, they're going to be going into the astral plane, which is a big part of a lot of X-Men storylines, so they might be hinting at kind of merging some other things. I know they're fighting to try and possibly get Spider-Man and eventually X-Men. I don't know if Fox and Sony can work out some deals with Disney, but they've had a lot of troubles in the past. But yeah, it looks like they are trying to expand the universe. They're having little hints at it. Apparently, actually, the Oscorp building was supposed to be in the background in Avengers, but it was cut out at like the last minute for some reason because I guess they weren't able to film it. But they were going to try and put that in there. So I guess Sony doesn't have the specific rights to the on-screen presence of the Oscorp building. So interesting. All right, well, I'm going to say that's it for movie news right now, guys. So let's move into some comic book stuff, see if there's anything interesting there. Let's see what we got. All right, comic book resource. That's where we're looking. If there's anything good here coming up. Channing Tatum officially set for Gambit in the fall. So I don't know if you guys love him or hate him, but yes, Channing Tatum is going to play Gambit, which, you know, I'm fine with it. He's got some of the swagger. We know that he can pull off a lot of those stunts, you know, with all his dancing background, and he's an okay actor. You know, he can play some of the comic stuff, but he's able to do okay at dramatic roles. He came out with Foxcatcher recently with Steve Carell. I thought it was actually a pretty good performance from everybody. Good movie. I'd recommend it, based on a true story. Let's see here. Let's see what else we got. Some specific comic book news, anything worthwhile, other than, you know, New 52 sucks and wonderful. All right. Well, they're actually pushing for a new Captain America, actually an African American one. So that's going to be something to boost things a little bit. Apparently, there are also some more female heroes that are going to be on the way from Marvel. Wonder Woman Awakens and the Buccellato and Miller's Injustice Year 3. Okay, so apparently Brian Buccellato is taking over from Tom Taylor as a new writer for the DC Comics Injustice Gods Among Us, which actually is a pretty big storyline. And there's a new issue that's coming out, drawn by Mike Miller, so we can expect some of that. Look forward for the new Wonder Woman Awakens. I mean, Wonder Woman's kind of been a bit iffy, but that's coming out now. Looks like we have Patricia. Shield #1 just came out recently. Looks like there's a new character that they added on that some people thought was a little bit Agent Coulson-esque, which makes sense because if they're trying to include things with recent comics, that's fine. Let's see here. Uncanny Avengers is coming out, apparently pushing into new storylines. There's been some new discussions regarding new possibilities for storylines there. Apparently they're releasing a new Doctor Who comic. Some people probably like that. Let's see here. Well, there's actually a lot of stuff coming out. Mortal Kombat X prequel arrives. So that's actually coming out from DC Digital if you guys are interested in some of the spin-off stuff from Mortal Kombat. So there's a new Black Widow storyline that, actually it's got to reveal a little bit about her backstory and how she was kind of, in part with the Shadowy organization, but she was a spy, so, we knew that, but it's kind of a sort of another spin on the storyline expanding, so that's a big thing. Let's see, anything else worthwhile talking about? They got another, apparently, oh, wow. There was a 8-story tall digital billboard, the largest in North America, ran an ad for Batman Volume 1 Court of Owls. Wow. Well, I'll tell you right now, if you guys haven't read it, Court of Owls is pretty awesome. It's probably one of the best Batman storylines in probably like almost 10 years. I think it's up there. Like I really liked it. The Court of Owls was awesome. So check it out if you haven't read it. Let's see here. There's a Silver Age debut for Captain America released. He fought Johnny Storm, or did he? Okay, apparently they're releasing some sort of special storyline that from way back in the day when they found Captain America originally, kind of a slightly different spin-off on events from that time. Let's see. Anything else worth talking about here? No, looks about it for me. Got to check here, see if there's anything else, but anything else from that particular one. And if you guys heard of anything, please let me know. I'm curious. I'll have to do some follow-up videos on it in the future. I'm just going to check here, see if there's anything else in comics worth talking about, and then we'll move on to the next segment. Altered States, The Shadow. Oh, it's the Shadow comic, which is actually pretty decent. Let's see here. Anything else? Just kind of looking through here, see if I can find anything decent to talk about. And you know what? I'm actually going to say no. That's going to be comics for right now. Recent news for things coming out. That's going to anything TV related. Actually, finding resources for television, like specifically, wasn't particularly that great, surprisingly. Mozart in the Jungle. Okay. Gotham's making a comeback. Let's see here. Oh, unfortunately, the creator of X-Files, Chris Carter, was trying to debut a new show called The After, but apparently they decided to scrap it. So, I mean, I really just want another X-Files movie, but still, Chris Carter hasn't done anything since like the last X-Files movie, so he literally has done nothing. He did like a couple shows before that, X-Files, Millennium, all like the related stuff, and then nothing. There's a new teaser out for Penny Dreadful, if you guys are fans of that. Apparently Sleepy Hollow has been apparently making some fans disagree about various things, but I've heard mixed things about it. I haven't seen any Sleepy Hollow, but apparently people are still encouraging you to watch it because they need the money. I don't know. Yeah, but apparently there was a bit of an uproar about some of the breaking of the mythology. HBO renews Girls for season 5. Woohoo! Ahead of its season 4 premiere. Sci-Fi is launching a reality show about hackers. Okay. And there was the Gallivant series premiere. It's kind of like a Holy Grail Monty Python sort of thing. I think it did pretty well. It looked really silly, but it looked interesting. If anybody saw that, let me know. See or anything else going on that's worth speaking about. Of course, a lot of Game of Thrones buzz. A lot of Game of Thrones with that coming up soon. But that kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? You guys excited for that? Let's see. Let's see what else we could do. All right. I knew TV was going to be very brief because, like, literally the resources for it are not particularly great. Let's see here. But we get to move on into one of my favorite sections. We get to move into anime. Woo! Yeah, let's go to the good old Anime News Network and see what's going on here. Yes. Ending theme song for Naruto. Whoa! By Diana Garnett. Apparently she had an interview. Let's see. New Misha school gets uniforms designed by a new costume designer, apparently really famous. Sony sells 18.5 million PS4s globally. That's kind of into gaming. Briefly listing Final Fantasy, was that 15 in 2015. Well, hey, I know that people are excited for that one. Okay, apparently there's a Paddle-A-Boar film getting released, and people are pretty excited about that. Okay, Yowamushi Pedal Grande Road, episode 13 came out. Harvest December for the 3DS. It's a visual novel. It's coming west if you guys are interested in that. Let's see. Crunchyroll's to stream Samurai Warriors. I think I saw a bit of that, did not like it. And Sengoku Musu for TV. Yeah, I think I saw like one episode of that or something. I don't know what was up with that. Let's see. Anything else here? Okay, Yokai Watch. Oh, characters for Precure. Donate school supplies for needy children. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. Aldnote Zero second season's full promo has been released with some English subtitles. Crunchyroll's to stream The Testament of Sister New Devil, which looks... I see a panty shot, so I don't know about that. In manga, we've got Assassination Classroom, which apparently is releasing a new promo now. 12 million copies in print. It's been streaming a promotional video for the Assassination Classroom manga to celebrate the anime adaptation, live-action film, and 12 compiled volumes. Yes, apparently, yes, it was risque battle action. Crunchyroll's now streaming Cute High Earth Defense Club Love, which is something I'm not going to watch. And, of course, Scarlett Johansson for Ghost in the Shell. Psychopath Sybil System scans visitors at Shinjuku Station. Life imitating art. Japanese comic ranking, of course, One Piece, Haikyuu, Assassination Classroom, Tokyo Ghoul. We've got, and Furokuro Butte are in the top 5. A couple I expected in there. I'd never heard of Okiku. Third Persona film opens April 4th. Okay, there's an interest for an internship application if you guys, I guess, want to get into Anime News Network. I think that they'll have some openings if you want to write for them. So, hey, if you're still in school or something, check them out. Fairy Tail special chapters get anime episodes, so they're adapting those if you guys are fans of Fairy Tail. I'm not, but, you know, I'm kind of mean like that, I guess. So, yeah, I guess if you like the special chapters, check them out. Let's see. Alice in Borderlands King of Diamonds. Spin-off manga ended recently. Let's see. Anything else? Sailor Moon Crystal episode 13. Yeah. Trigun Multiple Bullets artist ends the Wallman manga. Well, I had never heard of that, so sad. And that looks like that's the most recent stuff in anime. So, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't really surprised by that top 5. I mean, One Piece has just been dominating. Tokyo Ghoul is really popular, and of course, Assassination Classroom, so that didn't surprise me. It's pretty cool though that it's getting Assassination Classroom's getting some adaptations. That's pretty cool. It's really boosting popularity. And wow, that Final Fantasy hook, well, always gets the fans going for that. Well, actually, that's a good segment to lead into gaming. So let's talk about some gaming stuff, see what's going on there. Let's check out some news here. Of course, leave comments, any suggestions for things you might want to talk about. I'll actually go over the comments and look over and respond later. I'm going to leave this up all week, so anything else comes up, I'll be doing another one in the past week. So let's see here what's some news going on here, if I can get into it. It's always fun. All right, check the news section out here. All right, now, PlayStation Now's all-access service costs $20 a month. No plans for another Halo 5 multiplayer beta, like they needed another one, but then again, Halo fans, they gotta have it all. Ex-Battlefield devs reveal Space Survival Slim with permadeath. That's kind of cool, an expansion there. Zelda Wii U's world stuffed with side missions. That's pretty cool, because I know that a lot of the Legend of Zelda games are generally pretty linear, so some more side missions are always kind of cool, but with the Nintendo, that just kind of makes sense, I think, for them to expand with mini games and things like that. PS4 sales reached 18.5 million units, as we touched on before. That is huge. Lords of Fallen dev talks Dark Souls comparisons. Yeah, Dark Souls. I played a little bit of that a while ago. Man, that is hard, but really interesting. So I guess if you guys like Dark Souls, it looks like they're drawing comparisons to Lords of the Fallen. It's still different. But they're not saying it's bad. Alien Isolation DLC passed on sale. You can pick it up on the Xbox for $15 instead of $30, but get on that pretty quick. So want to play Alien Isolation. Looks pretty awesome from what I've seen. Gearbox promises reveals. Xbox service getting the Sling TV. No, it's okay. Microsoft recently formed the super secret Xbox team that aims to push the envelope. So I guess find out what that means, trying to save themselves. And yeah, no plans for that multiplayer beta for Halo. That's it's kind of a shame, actually, I guess. But, I'm sure they'll survive. I'm sure they'll survive there. But, yeah, wow, PS4 is destroying it. That's why you can tell that Xbox is trying to catch up. I actually, apparently Dead, my buddy Walking Double Dead, picked up an Xbox One, and he hasn't really been having any problems with it. He didn't really understand the hate. I remember when the Xbox One came out, a lot of hate on that one. I'm probably going to get myself a PS4, if nothing else, because for Arkham Knight, I have to play it. So it's plus I need a Blu-ray player, so I'll probably go for that. But I don't know. Depending on what people say, I might go for the Xbox One soon. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, honestly, because I have not decided. I mean, historically speaking, I was kind of all over the place, because when I was a kid, I loved SNES and Sega Genesis. And then I graduated to an N64, which was the best thing ever. Then I got a PS2, like late in the game. Loved that. Played so many PS2 games. Probably my favorite console. Then got a 360, and I've pretty much stuck with that since. So I'm like, I don't know whether to kind of stick with Microsoft or go back to Sony, because you can get most of the games on both, but there are certain ones, I'm kind of specific about. But really, I'll probably go for the PS4 just because of some of the Blu-ray aspects and whatnot. But on the whole, though, that's what I'm thinking at. Area 51, oh yeah, for Alien, for you PC gamers. Whew, those are some amazing pieces of hardware. All right, now you know what? That's going to conclude gaming, I guess. Looks like those are the biggest pieces of news there. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to talk about later. I'll come back to this video and go find some things to talk about in various topics. And let's check out some real-world news. Let's go to, I don't know, CNN, I guess. About as big as it gets. Find out what's going on in the world. The latest. All right. Let's see here. Well, widespread flu activity in 43 states. Well, gee, it's winter time, so people get sick. Brad Pitt's Oh YOLO sing-along. He did a sing-along for the recently the actor that played Martin Luther King in the movie Selma, which I have not seen yet. Ice Cube premieres Straight Outta Compton trailer. Sweet. Let's see here. What else we got going on here? Gets another big role. Scarlett Johansson. Wow, that's lighting up everywhere. Let's see. All right. 15 quirky things. Oh, these are great. Uh, gas prices keep falling. Yes, gas prices falling. Ferguson, grand juror demands right to talk. Yeah, still protesting down there, still having some troubles down there. Uh, hey, until some changes get resolved, I know there's been a lot of tensions, but we got to get through it. Let's see here. Anything specific otherwise going on? Abandon Afghanistan. Expect chaos, they say. Yeah, it just feels like we've been kind of stuck there for a while. You got to kind of let the region go, I guess. But they're saying if we pull out, it's going to fall into chaos again. Well, what else has changed in like the 10 plus years? I mean, you got to make some kind of movement, I guess. Let's see. Oh, some books to read. Camera obscure. Oh, Italy's new churches stir some debate. Apparently, they're something kind of awful about them. Let's see here. There's some moonshots creating a star on Earth. Oh, that's pretty cool. Apparently, they're trying to emulate creating star formations. That's pretty awesome. A family lost 7 on the Air Asia flight. Heart goes out to them. What has been up with those airlines? They literally lost 2 planes, making people feel less safe about driving. That's for sure. Let's go specifically to U.S. See if there's anything here. Some U.S. skiers killed in an avalanche. Man, that's kind of sucks, but makes sense, I guess, in a way. Yeah, so that's terrible to hear. Danger on the slopes. Are winter sports safe? Well, you gotta do what you can. Let's see here. A New York hedge funder found shot to death. Wonderful. Twins die on the same day. It's depressing. More Cubans head to the U.S. So, Cuba opened up recently after, 60 years or something. So we're finally opening up trade with them. That's pretty awesome. They're saying to keep a lookout for diabetes. So eat right. Hammond surprises family. Oh, yeah, they're predicting some of the things that Back to the Future got right. So it's pretty fun. I might actually look into this article specifically. Kind of curious. Okay, they've got... Looks like they still have, apparently they've made some kind of flying car. Apparently there is one that does kind of work. I doubt it'll be on the market anytime soon. Let's see, anything else in world? Ooh, forgotten in Aleppo. Thousands stuck between the regime and ISIS. Oh, yes. Aleppo has sometime between late 2012, when it was an open sore of the Syrian civil war, and today, when the fight against ISIS has completely grabbed the world's attention span and slipped off the radar screen. So basically, still a lot of fighting with ISIS over there. It's basically almost Taliban-esque. It's just replaced that regime. A lot of issues there. It's kind of a shame, actually. Yeah. So maybe I should get the real news out of the way first in the future, because it's mostly depressing. But yeah, let's see. What were some good wrap-ups there? Yeah, we just have, I think the biggest thing was Scarlett Johansson's going to be in the Ghost of the Shell movie. That's kind of what stands out to me the most. We've got another Wonder Woman and Justice Gods coming up. We've got, apparently Chris Carter's TV show was canceled. There's, of course, One Piece is topping the charts. And there's a lot of death and destruction in the world. So yeah, that's pretty much the way it goes. So yeah, I guess that's basically it. That's pretty much what I wanted. It was actually quicker than I expected. I might go a bit more in-depth in the future. Not entirely sure. Just kind of want to go over some events, talk about some things. So yeah, as you guys watch this, just, leave your comments, thoughts, anything you want to hear a little more about, anything you're interested in. We'll have a little bit more of a dialogue there. I'll just let you guys know, I'll probably do an official video kind of explaining my strategy. Let me guys know if you like this segment, you want me to expand on it. I want to try to make this a weekly thing, try to make it every Monday night, do a stream like this. Doesn't have to be too interactive. Really, I just want to kind of go over some things and hear you guys' thoughts afterwards. Then I'm also going to be doing a video on Wednesday. I'm going to try to do videos each Wednesday. And I want you guys to send in requests for different things you'd like me to discuss. And of course, this can be anything from movie reviews to anime character analysis to just a random discussion about a issue in comic books or TV or thoughts on something random, and I'll do some kind of video about it. It might vary on what type of video it is because I'm going to be pressed for time, but I'm going to try and release a different type of video on a different topic each Wednesday. I'm going to do week 1's going to be movie related, week 2 is going to be anime and manga, week 3 will be comic book stuff, and number 4 is going to be more of like a fantasy discussion, fantasy and science fiction, where I kind of expand more on this whole Merlin character that you guys have kind of possessed upon me, I guess. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. Basically, for the new year, I'm going to try and get more organized and get you guys more consistent content because, let's be honest, I've been a bit flop-floppy about that. But yeah, spread the word. Leave your comments. Let me know what you guys thought about this, any of the things I talked about, anything you think I missed I could talk about, and let me know. And if you guys want me to, I don't know, do something different, let me know. Always. So yeah, check out Film Fanatics Podcast, of course, for weekly movie reviews. We talk about everything over there. Check out the Phantom Group for lots of anime discussions and various things. We're trying to get back up into discussions over there. And yeah, I'll leave some links in the description to go. And of course, follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, whatever. Spread the word. Merlin's awesome, man. Magical. So that concludes Merlin's Weekly News, episode 1. And yeah, let's see how that experiment went. Hopefully we'll get something. All right, guys. Peace.